Oh, this show's on? Oh, okay. Well, maybe I better start the show, everybody. Here he goes. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. So, welcome to Tom's Guitar Show. I'm Tom. They'll call me Guitar Tom because I'm often seen with a guitar. And back in the day, they used to call me on the phone. They say, "Hey, man, what's your show about?" I say, "It's about an hour. About guitar players, guitar playing, all things guitaristic." So it used to be a call-in show, but everybody stopped calling a year or two ago. So, and even so, you couldn't call now because we're at Uptown Bill's Coffee House doing Tom's Guitar Show live. So if you're out there in the world, got nothing to do, looking for some action, you can go to Uptown Bill's Coffee House, corner of South Dubuque and Lafayette Streets, down by the tracks, directly above PATV, and you can be part of the show. Yeah, so show's about guitars, guitar playing, all things guitaristic, guitarrón, cítaras, sitars, chitoles, lutes, uds, vihuelas, banjos, balalaikas, bazookies, bajos, sextos, tiples, and cavaquinhos, trombones, tromboninas, pipe organs and piccolos, clarinets and clavinets. Now, I don't want to digress, but I discovered a new instrument today. It's called a dude. And what it is a small plastic, like 6-hole flute with a kind of a plastic clarinet reed on the end of it. I was at West Music and they had these, they had plastic flutes. You know, I played that one. I didn't play the one with the reed on it though, because I didn't want to, you know, because you blow across the flute, you don't actually put it in your mouth. But anyway, it'd be like a little clarinet about this big called a dude. So I thought, wow, man, $50, something like that. I didn't buy it. I showed restraint.
Couldn't find the frets.
What?
Couldn't find the frets.
Couldn't find the frets, right? Thank you. I'm using my little looper down here, so I'm playing guitar duets, but it's okay because I just played that. So I can do, you know how this works. You can go like, look, Ma, no hands. Anyways, it's like that. See but see, to me, it's morally all right to do that because I just played that. If I, imported it, because you can get jam tracks, backing tracks, and you can put them on your little device, and it's just like it's like karaoke, and that's against my principles. But, but I just did that. That was never mind. Okay, I'm sorry. So this guitar is fairly new to me. I've not totally new because it's paid off. This is an Alhambra. It's from Spain. It's like a cheap, factory-made guitar from Spain, though. Electric classical. So it's just a regular classical guitar. Nylon string, fairly simple, prosaic. It's brown, but it has a pickup in it. Fairly nice pickup. Not too fancy. It also has a tuner in it, you see. So you can, if you push the button, you see, which I just did, it cuts off the guitar, so it's not going through the amplifier anymore. And if I play this, it says, my E is sharp. The plastic things are. So this is against my principles, or was, but I used to not really respect people who used electronic tuners. I wouldn't tell it to their face, but But now, look at me. Now let's see if it's it's not accurate. The one is like John Henry. John Henry was a little baby. John Henry was a little baby. On his knee, took a little hammer and a piece of steel. Said, "That hammer be the death of me. Oh yeah, oh hammer be the death of me." Joe's a folk singer. He knows all these things. But so but John Henry, he was fighting automation. It was the guy had the steam hammer, and the
Steam drill.
drill. Yeah, thank you. He's a folk singer, but Bob knows everything, which is really handy. You see.
We compliment each
Yeah, you guys should be on the staff constantly. But anyway, so he's trying to fight automation, and then I guess he wins sort of, except he dies because his heart exploded. So a lot of songs like that, aren't there? Oh well. Thank you. Say, Bob, do you have anything for us? Words of wisdom? Here.
Well, I don't know how wise they are, but I have a few words.
Well, come on up here. Have a microphone. This is Bob Wiley. He's. I guess you could say you're officially second banana on Tom's guitar show, except when you go snowbirding.
Anyway, school let out.
Get right in there so they can all hear you through the PA. Huh? There we go. Thank you.
School let out. So I found a few observations about school. Teacher asked the students, "What do we get from chickens?" They said, "Eggs and meat." "What do we get from the pig?" "Bacon and ham." "What do we get from the big fat cow?" "Too much homework."
Oh. Oh boy.
At recess to Catholic school, the nun set out a basket of apples, had a note on it, said, "Only take one, God is watching." Later on that day, the kids were in line in the cafeteria. There was a tray of cookies there. One of the boys said to the other one, "Take as many as you want, God's back in the classroom watching the apples."
Oh boy.
Two boys are arguing. The teacher interrupts them, says, "What's going on here?" They said, "We found a $10 bill. We both want it. We finally decided whoever tells the biggest lie can have it." The teacher said, "You should be ashamed of yourself. When I was your age, I didn't know what a lie was." So they gave her the money.
That's a good one, yes.
Teacher in a finance class asked the instructor, "What kind of a grade do I need to get on the exam to pass this course?" The instructor said, "This exam is only worth 100 points. You'd need 113 to get a D. How many would I need to get a C?" Teacher told the students, "Anybody that thinks he's stupid, stand up." In a couple seconds, one of the boys did. Said, "Why do you think you're stupid?" "I don't. I just felt sorry for you standing up all alone."
Oh boy.
Teacher asked, "What creature in mythology was half man, half animal?" "Buffalo Bill." "What's a synonym?" "A synonym is the word you use when you can't spell the other word."
Yeah, that's never a truer word has been spoken than that.
Yeah, anyway, that's all I have today.
That's probably enough. Thank you, Bob. That's Bob Wiley. Okay. Well, I'm going to do a little bit one more thing, and then I have some other musicians going to come up here and help me out a bit. Because Bob Dylan's birthday was last week. He was 75. What?
What's wrong with that?
No, nothing's wrong with being 75. Huh? You trying to tell us something there, Bob? Or Joe? He's 75. Well, you don't look a day over 74. Sorry. Well, I had some guy come up to me and said, "You know what, Bob Dylan's birthday was this week when I was playing my gig on the weekend at the Tuscan Moon, I'll have you know, on beautiful downtown Kelowna. I play there on Friday, Saturday nights. It's supposed to start at 6. I'll be there by 6:30 probably because I have to keep up appearances, being a guitar player and everything. But I'm supposed to play till 9, but I usually play till 10. And beautiful downtown Kelowna, Iowa, about 20 miles or so south of Iowa City, an Amish town. Watch your step in the streets.
They feed you well.
They feed me, yes, they do. They treat me fairly well there, I think. But I play there unless I can play somewhere else. They let me go if I get another gig, which I do periodically. But anyway. Tuscan Moon, Kelowna, Iowa, Friday, Saturday night, 6:30ish. Make reservations. Where was I anyway? I was talking about. What was I talking about, Bob? I can't remember. Oh yeah, but the guy walks up to me and I said that Bob Dylan was 75, and he was just so freaked out because he wasn't, that much younger than Bob Dylan, and this was weighing on him. That and his big gray beard. But all right. Anyway, so I'm going to do a little. I'm not going to sing this one. I might sing a little later. I used to sing in public, but then I got married, and then my wife heard me, and she never watches this show. yeah, okay. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, that's Bob Dylan, yeah. I don't know if we need a sound man or not. We might need a sound man. I don't know. Just in case. I mean, we might need a sound man. You know what I'm saying? Things could go wrong, and what if all the balance is going to be right, or and then there we go. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, I remember That's why we ran through this one before. Plugs in? Yeah.
In this time.
Crank. You hear it okay? She's in the quarter-inch over there, isn't
This one with the tape, the sticky
That
tape.
one.
Oh, I haven't,
Yeah, yeah.
done that one yet.
she? Okay. Oh, play your banjo a little bit, will you? Let's try.
Okay,
Wow,
now,
Okay.
we're gonna need that.
Yeah. Ooh, that's cool.
I
man.
like to do that
Yeah,
sometimes.
that's yeah. You call it when you put a G sharp in a G chord. That'd be like a yeah.
Sounds bad is what it
Well,
does.
that's what that is a flat 9.
Oh,
Because it's an A flat in this case, you see. I mean, is it possible to have a sharp 1? I've never heard of it. I mean, I guess you could, right? Polytonality, yeah.
oh yeah. So this first song is called Buckets of Rain.
Buckets of rain, okay. Let you do whatever you're going to do. And I'll just sort of follow along.
1, 2, 3, 4. Buckets of rain, buckets of tears, got all of them buckets coming out of my ears. Buckets of moonbeams in my hand. I got all the love, honey baby, you can send. I've been mean and hard like an oak. I've seen pretty people disappear like smoke. Friends will arrive, friends will disappear. If you want me, honey baby, I'll be here. Like your smile and your fingertips. I like the way that you move your lips. I like the cool way you look at me. Everything about you is bringing me misery. do what you must do, and you do it well. Honey, I'm doing it all. Honey, baby, do it for you.
Yeah, buckets of rain. Yeah. I know that these two played this is Donna and Aaron. They played at Bob Fest on Saturday, and
Sweet.
but they had a little rehearsal at my place before that, and then Laura, my other half, said that she sounded so sweet singing it that she should definitely record it. I said, well, we'll just do it on Tom's Guitar Show, and it'll be on YouTube later tonight.
Oh boy.
So, yeah. So now you're famous.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you were famous before.
Yeah. And this next song's called Honey, Just Allow Me One More Chance. And I said this on Saturday, but another fella, Henry Thomas, I think, actually wrote the song, and then Bob Dylan heard the song and gave Mr. Thomas credit for writing it. And that's pretty neat.
Did he actually write it, or did he heard it and he did his own kind of like
Yeah.
takeoff on it? You know,
Not exactly how that fella did it,
Yeah.
but
Okay. Well,
it's pretty neat.
I'm just gonna follow you. Key of G, right?
Key and G. Honey, just allow me one more chance to get along with you. Honey, just allow me one more chance. I'll do anything with you. Well, walking down the road with my head in my hand, and I'm looking for a woman needs a worried man. It's the one kind of favor I ask you. Honey, allow me one more chance. Honey, just allow me one more chance to ride your aeroplane. Honey, just allow me one more chance to ride your passenger train. Well, I'm looking for a woman with a guy like you. I can't find nobody, so you'll have to do just one kind of favor I ask you. Honey, allow me one more chance. Honey, just allow me one more chance to get along with you. Honey, just allow me one more chance. I'll do anything with you. Well, looking for a woman that got no man is just looking for a needle that is lost in the sand. Just a one kind of favor I ask you. Allow me just a one more chance.
There we go. There's Donna on the baritone uke, and then there was Aaron over here on the 5-string banjo. Well, things are going so well. I think I'll ruin everything by changing instruments, switching over, and I thought I had that turned off. Oh, I know what it is. That's right, because I turned off my amp, but my amp is plugged into his amp, and that's direct through. It's like, of course, maybe nobody cares about my technical difficulties, but. So I was playing a Spanish guitar, and that I thought was, kind kind of what I like to play, but also goes along well with the ukulele. Because the ukulele, to me, a baritone ukulele is just a little, like a little guitar, a little four-string guitar, not unlike the Renaissance guitar. Okay. Oh, it seems like it's in tune. This one doesn't have a tuner built in. So this is an American guitar made in Bend, Oregon. And the article about the people who started the Breedlove Guitar Company is that they're two old hippies. So anyway, this is a Breedlove. Well, since I'm sort of thinking about Bob Dylan and stuff, there are some good reasons why I shouldn't sing in public at all, and I'm going to make sure that you all know. So, if you forgive my reminiscing a little bit, when I was a young man, I grew up with Segovia records, and I was a big fan of Narciso Yepes, and I actually studied classical guitar rather seriously for quite a few years. In fact, I'm still into it, actually, come to think of it, even as an old gray-haired fellow like I am. But when I moved back from California, where I did some hard living and some classical guitar studies, came back to Iowa, I realized I couldn't get a job playing guitar, classical guitar. And I do get some jobs, like providing background music, fancy banquets, things like that. Mostly I do like a finger-style guitar, jazz guitar. I almost never sing at all anymore. But anyway, I became a fan of Bob Dylan, at that tender age, about 20 or so. I didn't like him before because he was singing so funny, but then I figured it out, and I became a fan of his songwriting, like so many, and so I started learning Dylan songs, and I started singing in bars because I could make like $75 to sing in a bar somewhere, and I breathed in everybody else's smoke and stuff. And my classical guitar made finger picking a lot easier for me. I think it's the first song I learned, actually. It ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe, if you don't know by now. It ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe, you'll never do somehow. When your rooster crows at the break of dawn, look out your window and I'll be gone. And you're the reason I'm a-traveling on, but don't think twice, it's all right. It ain't no use in turning on your light, baby, the light I never knowed. It ain't no use in turning on your light, baby, I'm on the dark side of the road. Still I wish there was something you could do or say to try and make me change my mind and stay. But we never did too much talking anyway. But don't think twice, it's all right. Walking down that long, lonesome road, babe, where I'm bound, I can't tell. As goodbye is too good a word, babe, so I'll just say fare thee well. Now I ain't saying you treated me unkind, you could have done better, but well, I don't mind. You just sort of wasted my precious time. But don't think twice, it's all right. Ain't no use in calling out my name, gal, like you never done before. And ain't no use in calling out my name, gal, I can't hear you anymore. I'm a-thinking and I'm wondering, walking down that road, I once loved a woman, a child, I'm told, and I give her my heart, but she wanted my soul. But don't think twice, it's all right. Thank you. I just got over this cold. I didn't have that low note that I was hoping for, but gee, I should have practiced. There must be some way out of here, said the joker to the thief. There's just too much confusion, I can't get no relief. Businessmen, they drink my wine, they come and dig my earth. None of them along the line knows what any of it is worth. No reason to get excited, the thief he kindly spoke. There are many here among us who feel that life is but a joke. You and I, we've been through that, but this is not our fate. Let us not talk falsely now, the hour is getting late. All along the watchtower, princes kept their view, while all the women came and went, and barefoot servants too. Outside in the distance, a wildcat he did prowl. Two riders were approaching, the wind began to howl. Anyway, thank you. So, that's what I used to do. back in the 70s.
Very glad you're still doing it.
Yeah. I haven't sung in public for a while, so some years anyway. Well, unless I'm doing it with the Tribbles, and I must remind everybody, Donna and Aaron are both Tribbles. We're Tom and the Tribbles. We're just the Tribbles. We are the house band at Trek Fest, which, if you don't know, is the celebration in Riverside, Iowa, another little town south of here. Next town over from Kelowna, actually. It's the future birthplace of Captain Kirk, because he was in the original treatment or whatever. He was said he was born in a small midwestern town in what is currently the U.S. about 200 years in the future, and so Riverside petitioned and got the permission to be the future birthplace of Captain Kirk. So every year, the last Saturday of June, they have a birthday party for Captain Kirk for his upcoming birth. William Shatner, of course, was born in the past in Canada, so darn Canadians are everywhere. You never know. Did you know that Captain Kirk was actually Canadian? But anyway, never mind. It's okay. He can play a guy from Riverside if he wants. He's an actor, right? So around the lunchtime, the band will play Tom and the Tribbles. We'll have banjos and mandolin and guitars, ukulele, string bass, maybe some accordion, with vocals, of course. Did I miss anything? That's it. Okay.
Would that be the last Saturday in June?
That would be the last Saturday in June, right in the park, the biggest park. Riverside is a city of parks. They have quite a few, apparently. They're quite, and they have that, and of course they have the casino, but yeah, that's out of town. So anyway. Oh yeah, one thing before. Sorry, you gotta need these glasses. Hang on. This Tom's Guitar Show in the past, I mean, our contract has changed, and I'll also have you know that our contract, in about 2 years, we are supposed to have our funding cut off for the TV station that we are on right now, and I find it a rather valuable resource, and I'm trying to make sure, do whatever I can, and encourage anybody else to keep it healthy. But in our previous contract, the one we have now, we were supposed to have so much community programming, and it had to be educational programming, and I'm not sure if you could call Tom's Guitar Show educational, but Bob always shares some words of wisdom with us, and I thought I would. I came upon a document which I printed out. It's kind of darkened. It's the Beatnik Glossary, and I love language. Can I see better? I can. The Lama, leader of the group. An angel, one who pays the check. Axe is a musical instrument. Beat, a way of life. Okay. A beatnik, one who lives like no tomorrows. Okay, I'm sorry. Blow your jets to become angry. Bread is money, salary. Beatsville, Swingsville, a good place. To blast the Edison, turn off the light. Yeah. Bent Brummel is a bow tie. Barrelsville is Las Vegas. A cat, we all know, is cool jazz musician, the beatnik. And I don't know if I should say this, if it's appropriate, but when I did live in San Francisco, I moved back to Iowa, and I bought a mobile home, a trailer. Who are we kidding? And I got these two cats. We're both black cats with little white spots on their chest. They came to live with me. And so somebody who knew me in California, somebody asked about me in San Francisco, whatever happened to me. He said, oh, he's back in Iowa living with two black cats. I said, oh, jazz musicians? So I thought that was kind of funny. It wasn't even a joke. It was just what they assumed. Anyway. Crazy is good. Beatnikism are accepted. Cube, worse than square. Strict conformity. A chick is a single girl. A chicken is an engaged girl. And a plucked chicken is a married woman. Okay. A cheap creep is a freeloader. Cave is an office. Can the lip stop talking? Cyclops, eyeglasses. Yeah. Let's see. To cherry tree is to lie. Daddy-o is a term of affection. Dullsville is an unpleasant place, i.e. the classroom. Dig is to understand. Dummy up is to shut up. The end, the most wonderful, the utmost. Anyway, a flat is an analyst's couch. The fuzz is a police. Yeah, anyway, I'm just got to go down a ways. A goat is a beard, a goatee. A groove, a thrilling, exciting thing to do. A groovy is a one who understands the swing of things. A gas, something wonderful. I'll go over this side. Muscle cats, rock and rollers. Murgatroyd, a dope, an outcast, a square, a murgatroyd. That's a good one. You should be doing this one, Bob. Yeah. Jam bakers, music. Long johns, trousers. Kick sticks, cigarettes. King's jive, English language. Yeah. A short is an automobile. Shades are glasses. Swings in Squareville, inferiority complex. Squaresville iron, jail. Squaresville peep, police line up. Stable the iron, park the car. A snagged stag, he's going steady. Anyway, squatch, never mind. Tourniquet, a wedding ring. Tough toenails, very difficult, rough going. A thin, a 10-cent piece. Vitamin Village, the grocery store. A Washington is a dollar bill. Anyway, yeah, it goes on like this. Whistleburg. Yeah. Whistleburg is a corner where many girls pass by. All right. Anyway, I'm sorry. Well, I hope that was instructive. Yeah. There's a thing about guitar playing. I mean, that people have to give things names, as I may have indicated by my beatnik glossary. Um, I should learn more old slang and just use it all the time. I've said things and people say, that sounds like something your grandpa would say. Take that as a compliment. Anyway, but there's this thing like in the 80s and the 90s, but especially in the 80s, there's this thing about this new art form they're calling fingerstyle guitar. People want to have a name for it so they could sort of classify it. You need to put it in record bin or whatever like that. And so fingerstyle guitar was when you play, guitar with your fingers, but not like finger picking, because finger picking is if like so there, instead of strumming the chords, I'm arpeggiating them. I'm finger picking them. So I'm using a, like a Puff the Magic Dragon with a predictable finger pattern, So I'm just using a pattern. Finger style is, I don't know how you describe it, and people are still figuring what they call it contemporary finger style guitar. I was actually on a panel once. They were trying to decide what they're going to call it, and they gave up. They wanted to call it American fingerstyle guitar, but there was a Canadian and a French guy there, and an English guy there, and they didn't think that was a good idea. So, and I didn't think it was a good idea, and I'm from Iowa. But anyway, that's part of America. Never mind. Okay. So, but in my mind, okay, because I've been trying to do this for a long time, is you have the finger techniques that maybe a classical flamenco guitar player would know. So you play with your fingertips, and I have these fake nails I play with. But like what a jazz musician knows about improvisation and making your own arrangements. And then you do all kinds of whatever kind of like cool tricks and doodads you can think of. And also you probably favor an acoustic guitar with steel strings, like this one. The other one, that a Spanish guitar, has a nylon strings. It just keeps sounding like Spanish music or bossa nova or something when I play it. There's nothing wrong with that. I love that guitar, but I love this guitar too. And I don't have to choose which one I like best. If you have a lot of kids, which one do you like best? If you did have an answer, you wouldn't say. I only got the one kid, so it's easier for me. But anyway, so that's my thing. It's fingerstyle guitar. So you can get these, these. So my right hand is basically classical guitar. But I've learned a few things. There's a flamenco guitarist. They have the rasgueo, like they go like strum with 4 or 5 digits. And there's a rasteado where you go back and forth. And I've learned some things from like the Chilean guitarists and people who play the cuatro down in like Venezuela and Colombia. There's like a 2-finger and your thumb and a slap, like a. And the cuatro is like an overgrown ukulele with 4 strings and a wooden plate that you can pound down on top. So you can do that stuff like left a good job in the city, proud Mary. Why not? The music police are going to come and get me. Anyway, so I'll be Tuscan Moon this weekend. I know there'll be people there. Some Iowa Cityans, some people from Cedar Rapids. And I'll be there about a minute, you think? Or a little over a minute. Gee, I could fool around. I could read some more beatnik words. Or I could do a long version of the Tom's Guitar Show theme and send it out. But thank you very much for coming down, and now is he wasting time. And I want to thank our guest performers. Well, Mr. Skopinski, you had poetry and I blew you off.
No, that's all right. It's poetry appropriate for me. I'll bring it next year.
I feel bad. I didn't realize you had some papers there. And I'll be back next week anyway.